Excellent. Hey everyone, welcome back. Another kind of unboxing today. We bought this actually a little while back, and I've been bloody dying to open this thing up. So straight out of Aldi, once again, this is the Adventuridge 200-watt folding solar blanket with MPPT controller. Basically all wanting to try and do is, just open it up so we can take a look at it together. I will say, look, straight up, we paid $149 for this. So $149 for a 200-watt folding solar blanket. It's pretty incredible. And as all Susan and I's videos, completely unbiased. You know how we roll. If gear works, it works. It doesn't matter whether it's top end or the bottom of the range. But yeah, look, we're going to give an honest review of this, a bit of an unbox, go over it together. Really want to have a look at what amps what amps can this pull, and those sorts of things, and we'll take a look at that together. But yeah, we'll jump in, unbox it, take a look what's in there, and plug him in and see if he works. Yeah, excellent. So I'll open up this, but yeah, a little bit of a like the air gazebo that you may have seen the video there that we put out on that. It was one of those things that we kind of went into Aldi and had a look at it and went, oh, look, because at that time, I think this was 250 something, I'm not too sure, but we kind of, Suze looked at me whether or not wanted to stick it in the trolley or not, but, it's kind of like we had two other solar panels that we bloody absolutely love. It's like, why would we need another one? And then a couple of weeks later, we went down and it was $149 and I couldn't walk away from that. But yeah, look, open this up. We're going to pull it straight out and see what's in here. But just quickly, there is an MPPT solar controller in here, which is a 20 amp. And it also has your extension cable, those sorts of things. But yeah, well, probably don't know whether I needed to go on with that, but oh, goddamn. Oh, that looks a bit sexy, doesn't it? That looks really nice. Awesome. Let's take a look at this. Excellent. So we pulled it out of the box. I didn't expect it to just come out so clean. One piece here. It's all folded up and stored away. Looks absolutely amazing. Look, I think I say that with everything, but aesthetically, looks the business. Straight off the back, the clips here that obviously hold the solar panel together. We just had a bit of a geese here that these are, I guess, essentially the legs that you'd have to kind of, if you're flipping it up. And on the back part here, a little bit of a bag. I think it might have all the connectors and that sort of stuff in here. That's pretty cool. Just having a look at this zip here. That's looks like it's sort of quite waterproof. Doesn't actually have it's like the zips on the inside. I don't know why I'm whispering. Okay, so we'll pull this out here. We'll take a look. Okay, what have we got? Oh yeah, that's the connector there for the panel, and there's some instructions in here. But put that back in there. I don't think we'll need them. Excellent. All right. We'll take a look at this. Okay, so the MPPT controller here, it's a variable one there, 12 volt, 24 volt. It has a USB in there. It has a battery indicator here with the solar and load. So you can see there where you'd connect. So the solar panel one would be the one you'd connect here, and this would go into your battery. Pretty stock standard there. Having a look at it, I think read a fair few horror stories about MPPT controllers and cheap model ones. So yeah, I'd be really interested to see how this is. I think the only thing that I think I'd be slightly concerned about would be this thing here, because if you're out camping off grid and that sort of stuff, this is one thing in a solar setup that you do not want to fail on you, because Either one way, it won't charge your stuff, or it'll fry your battery. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Look, I'm not gonna bag it out until it's seen, but yeah, it looks the part, but yeah, maybe a little bit cheaper than anyway. Also in here, but yeah, we will see how that goes. The cabling here looks, you know,
like cables.
Yeah, it looks like cables. It does look like cables, but looks a bit, I don't know, a bit lighter gauge than our other solar panels. But so look, we'll take a look here. Okay, so that's plugged in with the alligator clips here, but it is pretty good that they've all got the quick connect Andersons, and they've actually got the dust caps on here, which are pretty cool. So it comes with the alligator clips there, comes with your extension here. Oh damn, look at that, Suze. I don't know if that's a little bit how you're doing, but yeah, quick connect Anderson plugs there. Your extension here, yeah, everything's in there, as I said, in the box. What we're going to do now, we will plug this in. We'll set this up in the backyard, plug it into a battery. It is 2 o'clock here in Brisbane, Queensland. So, you know, obviously the sun's kind of over there somewhere now, so it's probably not going to be optimal. But we just want to get a bit of a gauge at how much it actually pulls the solar panel. So look, I'll get in the yard here, we'll set it up, rig it all up, and we'll take a look to see if this bad boy works. Yeah, cool. So look, we'll unclip this, and I just want to roll it out, fold it up, and we'll connect everything in and see how she goes. Oh, bloody looks all right, eh, Suze?
Good.
Looks good. I like the eyelets here as well. The reason I guess we kind of wanted this one is just the different applications. You know, you can put it, you know, hang it up or put it on top of your roof rack, have it on the ground, have it up on the angle, you know, put it along the windscreen of your car, you know. But yeah, what we'll do, we might do the angle on this one here to see how she goes. These legs are just like, I think, like typical folding ones, where it's a bit of a pain in the ass. I mean, a bit of a pain in the backside. Oh yeah, that's nice and low. Nice and low, and go, go, go. All right. That's actually not too bad. I think the actual Anderson plugs on here. It's actually in this bag. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, from the panel, you want to have your MPPT controller closest to your battery, in line. That's the way that you do it on these, unless you have a solar panel where the MPPT controller is attached to your panel itself. But this is how it does it. So the solar panel will harvest what it needs to do. It'll come in here, it'll regulate it here to go straight in your battery. But from plugging everything in there, Suze, it's looks like she's on. So the little gauge here, this reads your battery. So at the moment they're like, so the 3 gauges, obviously with the third one lit up, the battery's fully charged. This one is, yeah, we have run this down a little bit, our battery here. There, that's synced. So yeah, we've run it down a bit. So that's an indicator on that one there. But yeah, you can see the lights on here. There would be, I guess in the manual, it would probably give you an indication of like if it's flashing or whether it's solid, but 2 solid lines on here. The solar's working and the load in here. So plugged in already, seems like everything's working. It was a bit of a mission, I think, with setting it up, because we're so used to that solar panel there, the XTM That bad boy there, where it's just simply unclip it, fold it out, hard legs out, and it's good. This one here, it's a bit kind of, I guess, flaccid, floppy, if that's the word. But yeah, to get there. But I guess, you know, having that flexibility of the folding blanket, being able to use it for different applications, you know, being able to hang it, have it up here, have it draped over something. So, you know, but it looks aesthetically pleasing. It looks pretty good quality, even from, you know, the material and everything. Hey, like, oh, sorry, I keep going to you, Suze, with no microphone on, but yeah, it looks pretty good. We've plugged everything in here now. What we want to do, I'm going to let that sit for a bit, but then I'm going to put on a watt meter. I'm just going to throw in a watt meter, just so we can actually see some stats on here. We want to see the current or the amps that are coming in. We want to see what the battery's sitting at, you know, and what watts, so we can actually, you know, see how much will this 200 watt panel at this time of the day, how much power will that be able to harvest to go in this battery. So it'll be really good. And also, if you don't have a watt meter and you have a setup like this, you should honestly get a watt meter. A lot of people have shunts and all of those sorts of things to be able to gauge your battery. But having a little quite cheap watt meter like this, you can actually see and you can diagnose things, whether or not your panels are actually working, whether your battery's working properly, and be able to diagnose things if things are failing in your solar setup. So it is something really handy to have. But look, everything looks pretty good so far. I'm pretty stoked, but I will put this on and we'll take a look at some of the readouts of that, so we can see how much solar panel, or how much solar this panel is actually producing. But we'll plug it in and we'll take a look. Yeah, excellent. We'll just see this little output here. We just want to see if it actually
will it charge the oldest phone in the world? Let's see.
Oh yeah. Excellent. Just going to plug in the watt meter here, and we'll just leave it go because it has a cumulative readout as well that collects some data over time. So we'll plug this in here and we'll give it a second to see what it's reading. Yeah, but already the battery, with that panel plugged in, already the battery you can see. Yeah, but we'll let that thing, because normally it takes a little bit of time just to start collecting that the information from there. So we'll give it a quick moment, just crack open a beer, and then we'll take a look at some of those readings. Hey guys, so we had it all set up, looking absolutely stunning. Put the watt meter on there, and I noticed that the readings were really low. You know, silly me, you're just a little bit too prepared. I actually had the batteries a lot more charged than I kind of mentioned at the start. So the readings that were coming through with the watt meter were very low, because the MPPT controller is not going to allow this battery to overcharge, which is a good thing. At least we know that this thing, you know, straight out of the box is actually doing what it's doing. The battery, it recognized that the battery is really charged, and it didn't want that solar to come in here to fry the battery. So pretty stoked on that straight up. But yeah, notice that the amps, everything was like really low, and I'm like, what the bloody hell's going on? Yep, a little bit too prepared, old Uncle LT. Both the batteries were fully charged. So just to try and drain it, to kind of mimic how it would be out of camping anyway, we decided to kind of drain a little bit of the battery by plugging in the old the juice sucker here. And I think it gave us a bit of an excuse for Susan and I to crack open a beer anyway. But once with the fridge plugged in, put the watt meter back on, it was absolutely cranking. I think with some of the specs on the panel anyway, I think the maximum current, maximum amp is just at 10, I think it is, or 10.5 amps. When we had this plugged in with the fridge on there, it hit 10. And it sort of steadied out around the 9.5 amps. So that current there is absolutely fantastic. The max wattage that we were sitting at with the battery voltage sitting at around 14.5 to 15 volts. So yeah, almost around the 150 watts. So absolutely amazing. Straight out of the box for it to pull those sorts of numbers. So, you know, telling me straight off the bat that this thing bloody works. Really impressed with it. Even now, sitting down now with the fridge on, the voltage here of this battery sitting at 14.9. We've got 7.7 amps current coming in, and wattage we're sitting around 120 watts. So yeah, this thing's absolutely pumping. Look, really, straight out of the box, pretty impressed. Suze, I know that the microphone, you don't have one. What do you think?
I think it looks pretty good.
That's awesome. Thanks, Suze. But yeah, look, for $149, yeah, pretty impressed with it now. As always, we have a camp trip. It's around the Christmas time now. We do have a camp trip that we're taking the kids out after New Year. So we'll be taking this setup out there because I want to run it out there in the elements. And I'm telling you right now, here in Brisbane, in Queensland, it is bloody hot. And no doubt we're going to get storms and stuff. So I want that panel to cop every bit of that, just so we can see how well it actually works out in the elements. But yeah, just wanted to trial it at home here first, just to see, does it work, before we take it out camping, just to make sure that we've got something that's we know is going to work out there when we're off grid. But seriously, for $149, I think another thing to add that you've probably seen this battery box that we do have here. This is straight out of Aldi as well. I don't know whether anyone recognised this, but this battery box is from Aldi. Comes with the quick connects and everything. It was bloody cheap and it hasn't let us down. And the battery that's in here is a 100 amp hour AGM battery, Adventuridge, straight from Aldi as well. And I think one thing to note, 200 watt solar panel from Aldi, battery box and the AGM battery, price wise is cheaper than one of our XTM solar panels. So the XTM solar panels that we have is a 160 watt folding one. The price of that costs more than this whole setup. That's pretty crazy. I just thought I'd add that in there just for a bit of comparison and price point. But look, guys, I don't really think there's much more to say. The thing bloody works. We'll keep an eye on it and use it a bit more and probably do a bit more of a wrap up of what it is. But straight out of the box, really impressed. The quality of the panel itself is great. Everything comes with quick connect, so it is really a plug and play. Out of the box, plug it in and away she goes. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, the MPPT controller, I will keep an eye on this bad boy. And if it does start to play up, I'm not going to muck around with it. It'll go straight in the bin and I'll get another one. But the way it's sitting right now, yeah, it's great. It's working well. And but we will do a follow-up. As always, just want to say thank you very much for supporting Suze and I and the channel this year. Really appreciate all the comments and the kind words and the feedback and all that sort of stuff. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and following our stuff. Over Christmas and all that sort of stuff, please take care on the roads, look after yourselves, and until next time, get amongst it.